Hey guys, I haven't tried anything quite like this before, but I'm gonna try and do, I guess, a quick class of sorts. This one's going to focus a lot on, stability and a little bit of flexibility for kicks, so I hope it's useful. I'm doing my best to have a good setup here. You probably won't be able to see my feet, sorry about that. There's only so much range in the camera. There is a non-zero chance that the camera's gonna fall over on itself. Hopefully it won't. But yeah, let's get started. So let's just start with a quick warm-up, because, no karate class really starts without it. I'm just gonna quickly reach up and reach for the ground. Widen your legs. Oh, yeah, I don't think you can see me, sorry guys. Just legs about 70% of the way out. Reach down. Pretend like I'm somewhere in the frame. And then just reach your hands behind your back. And let's do some torso twists, because really would it be karate if we didn't start with these? And side bends. And we'll do some hip openers. So just bring your legs up and to the outside. Just keep switching back and forth. And go the other way, so bring it from the outside in. Since this is, a lot of kicks, want to make sure that our legs are nice and loose and, ready to go. Okay, so like I said, it's a pretty short warm-up, so let's just do a little bit of stuff to kind of get our blood moving. So let's do about 10 burpees. So if you're ready, 1. Obviously, if you can't jump because you have roommates or something, you can just step into it. So just up and down, and then back up. Sorry, let's get back to the count. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alright, now let's go onto the ground and we're going to do 10 crunches. I don't think you'll be able to see me, but I promise you I'm doing them. So if you're ready, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then back up. Alright, now just to get our legs in there, let's do 10 lunges each side. So 1, another side, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alright, I know that was pretty short, but we're just gonna stretch off a little bit and then we'll get into class. If you need to grab water, by all means, you can pause me as often as you'd like. I'm gonna just stretch off, so I'm gonna start with a quad stretch. You can't see my leg, but I'm holding it behind me. Try and make sure you're pulling your leg back. You wanna have your shoulders, hips, and knees in a line, or pull the leg just a little bit further than that to stretch the quad. And switch sides. Alright, now I'm just gonna sit down, promise I'm here. I'm gonna do a hamstring stretch, so just sitting with one leg tucked in, reaching for your toes. This is awkward, but you know, I'm here. Switch sides. I'm gonna tuck one leg in, bring the other one across, hug it in. Hopefully you know what stretch I'm doing. If not, feel free to stretch anything that is tight, preferably something in your leg. Would probably be a good idea. Switch sides. I'm just gonna stand for these ones, so just pull one arm across. Switch. Remember, for these ones, you want to make sure that you're not putting any pressure on your elbows, either to the outside or to the inside, because I can't see anyone, and you're probably doing it right, but can we really stretch without pointing that out? Now I'm just gonna awkwardly go to the ground again. I'm gonna do a cobra, try and stretch out my back a little bit. Try and keep your hips on the floor for this one, so that you're making sure you're getting a proper stretch, not hurting yourself. Just kind of gently push up. And now push back into child's pose. You want to make sure that you're reaching as far as you can with your hands, trying to sit back on your feet. Alright. So like I said, this is going to be focusing a lot on kicks. So I'm going to kind of just go through some good drills you can do to try and work on your balance or flexibility. First one that I'm going to go through is the figure 8 drill. So we don't have a partner. Now there's a few ways you can deal with it. One is just to try and do the figure 8s in the air, which is still a good way of kind of working on your balance. Just have your leg out and draw nice figure 8s with your leg. So if you don't have equipment or you can't raise something up, that's a totally good way of doing it. What I've started doing, and I can only really do this at one level at this point, I'm just taking a broom, I'm just kind of laying it down somewhere, a little bit unstable, but it gives me, you can kind of see it here, it gives me like a target, something that I can try and avoid hitting. So I want to keep my leg nice and straight, make sure that this movement is coming from the hip. And I hit it, but that's fine. Make sure you're working at a good level, don't go too high if that's going to hurt something, especially now since, we might have less in flexibility. Just take care of yourself. So I'm keeping my foot nice and pointed, and now I'm going to do 10 of these each side. You're more than welcome to follow along if you'd like to. I would hope you are, because it's a class, but you can just watch me if you'd like to, that's fine. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And if at any point in time you lose your balance, that's totally fine, just reset. Maybe try not to fall over because you don't want to hurt yourself, but if you do, that's also fine. Alright, and now we're going to do the other side. So other leg out, and keep it nice and straight, trying to point your foot, but not your toes, because you don't want to hit with your toes. You just want to have your pointed foot, but your toes flexed. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alright, so that's a good drill that you can use if you're trying to work on your balance, get those stability muscles setting in. So now there's another one that we often do in class, where again, your partner will be holding their hands like this, but you're going to be doing a side kick, kind of going up and down to hit either one. So remember, for your side kick, when you set up, you can't see my foot, but it is pointing at the wall that is, you know, opposite of where I'm hitting. My heel is pointing towards where I'm trying to kick. And you want to kind of bring your foot up, keep it at the same level, and then extend. Now just from here, you're going to kind of go down and then back up, trying to make sure that your heel is out. And you want to make sure that your foot isn't pointed up. You want it parallel with the ground, or if anything, your toes pointing a little bit down. Let's see if I can adjust here. So you want it like this, not like that. If anything, a little bit like that, just so it's a bit stronger. So again, we're just going to do 10 each side. So set up. If you fall, just, you know, reset. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good work. Now we're going to do the other side. So set up, get your foot up and around, extend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome job. All right, now we're going to do some roundhouse kicks, and we're going to do them at 3 levels. So you can probably just barely see my chair here. Sometimes we'll do drills like this with partners, but sadly the closest thing I have to a partner would be this guy, and he's not exactly good support. So chair instead. What you're going to do is you're going to set up for the roundhouse kick. You're just going to do it at, if you can, 3 levels. Again, please don't hurt yourself. Don't try and push your flexibility. So pick, you know, 2 or 3 levels that you can do without hurting yourself. If you're feeling good and you've been stretching every day, you maybe do knee, midsection, and then like shoulder or head height. But if, you know, you're kind of feeling a little bit less flexible, then you can just, you know, go no higher than the hip, or even just stick it all at the knee. Just do whatever you can. You know, any sort of training you can get in is really good training. So I'm just going to set up. Again, I want my heel to be pointing where I'm kicking. I'm going to pull my leg back, just like in that stretch we were doing earlier. I want to keep my knee, hip, and shoulder in a line. I don't want my leg to be out here. I want to keep it directly in line. And I'm just going to extend my leg for that roundhouse kick. So I have my chair for balance. At some point, if you want, you can try it without a chair, but it's good to have something to help you keep stable so that you can really think about your form. So just going to go low, middle, high. So if you're ready, 1, 2, 3, 4, make sure you keep breathing, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Well, my leg and hip are burning a bit from that, so it's time to give that a little bit of a break. Do the other side. So again, pull that leg in, make sure that the heel is pointing where you're kicking. Bring the leg up. I'm gonna back up so you can see a bit more of me. I should have done that a while ago, sorry. And then just kick low, middle, high. 1. And if anything and you want to try pushing it, start at lower levels, see how it's going, and then just slowly work your way up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh, I miss ki-ing. If you have a space and there's no one who will judge you, feel free to ki, scream into the air, let it out. Alright, so those are some pretty good drills just to kind of really try and develop those muscles. So now let's just do a few more just outright kicks. So we're going to start with front kicks, which is, if you'll remember, are my Gary. But we're just going to do it at 2 levels just to kind of work on that balance, a bit of that flexibility. So again, pick 2 levels that are good for you, whether that's, knee hip or even like shin knee. That's totally great. If you're feeling good and you want to do like torso head, go for it. Just please don't hurt yourself. You have been warned. I will not be happy if you hurt yourself during this. Alright, so we're going to start with one leg, pick whichever one you'd like. I'm just going to go 1, low, high, and then reset. If you want to practice in something of a neko ashidashi or cat stance, go for it. Let your other leg feel the burn. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So again, remembering as you're kicking, first you bring your leg out, then you kick. You want to make sure you chamber it before you put it back down. Make sure that you're not going up on your toes while you do that, because otherwise it's much easier for someone to sweep you. Now we're going to switch sides. So if you're ready, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good work. I'm just going to grab another quick drink. Alright, now I'm going to do some side kicks, which, if you want to refresh on the Japanese term, that's our yokogari. So this time I'm just going to do 1 each leg. Again, thinking about all those points we were working on earlier, where you have your back leg come in, heel pointing where you're kicking, bring your leg up, and then kick out. If you're looking for another drill you can do, you can take a chair or something and put it under your foot to really make sure you're keeping that same level instead of kind of kicking down and letting it drop. I'm not going to do that today, but you are more than welcome to in your own time. So whenever you're ready, you know what, let's count in Japanese, it's been too long. Each. Again, you can go in a bit of a stance if you'd like to work your muscle a bit more. Just keep it light enough for now, don't hurt anything. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go. Remember, if you're going in a stance, you want to try and keep your head at roughly the same level. Hopefully my head isn't popping up and down too much. If so, I guess it's forever immortalized. Roke. Siege. Hatch. Q. Ju. Hi. Alright, good work. Let's switch sides. Each. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go. Rook. Siege. Hatch. Q. Ju. Nicely done. Alright, we're just going to do our roundhouse kick or our mashigiri before we're going to end off. So again, take a stance if you'd like. Point with your base heel. Make sure you bring your leg nicely back so it's in line. Just kick. You'll be aiming with the insole. Also, when you're kicking, try and make sure that you keep your hand in place, because if it's up here, that's a really easy target. You just want to keep that nicely tucked in. Each. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go. Rook. Sich. Hutch. Q. Ju. Another side. Each. Ni. Sun. Shi. Go. Rook. Sich. Hutch. Q. And Ju. Alright, really awesome job, guys. I'm just gonna grab another drink and then do a quick stretch and then we'll be done. Alright, so I'm just gonna reach up. It's not low enough ceiling that I can touch it, sadly. If you are, for all of you tall people out there, you're very lucky. For all of you small people out there, don't worry, it will be fast and we will strike them down. And reach for your toes. Just gonna bring my leg back for that quad stretch. And switch sides. I'm going to go down into a frog stretch or a shellless turtle stretch if you prefer. Again, I don't think you can see me, but just, you know, keeping your legs spread far apart. Try and sit back. Make sure you're still looking forwards and maybe a little bit up to try and keep your back straight. Don't look down. And up. Just going to clasp my hands, try and pull them up. If even just clasping your hands is a stretch, you can just leave them there. If pulling them up is a bit easy, you can also try and just bring your palms together. If Christian is watching, go find a counter or something to bring your hands even higher. Try and make sure you're not like bowing over to bring your hands up. You want to stretch your shoulders, not try and get your hands as high as they can. Alright, reach one arm across. And switch arms. Okay, I know that wasn't much of a long stretch, but you know, you're at home. If there's anything else you feel like you need to stretch, then obviously please go ahead and do so. So hopefully this was okay. I'm sorry that there is a very limited range on what my camera can capture. I'll see if I can work something out, but you know, no promises. So yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well. I missed training with you and I hope that we can get back together and train again soon. Obviously I can't see you, but you know, sorry, words are really hard. Yeah, I hope you're doing well. I hope this was helpful and I'll probably try and make another video like this pretty soon. Bye!